right, welcome in. We are going to do just a quick video seated on the floor for today's practice. So once you are started, or if you've been sitting on the floor for some time now, we're going to be starting with extending our leg out long, nice and wide to our sides. When you do this, it's very easy to still stay rounded and sunken into your lower back. I want you to really lift up nice and tall, maybe even reach back and get any of the extra meat out of the way so that you can really feel your butt, your sit bones, those bony parts underneath you down to the floor. And once you've got that connection, flex your feet and then point your toes. So just starting with a little bit of connection with the ankles, making sure that all of that feels okay for the knees, the hips, the low back. If there's any discomfort while sitting upright, I just want you to place your hands back behind you. You're in a little bit of a lean back here. Your chest is going to be nice and tall. And then let's start doing 1 foot flex, 1 foot pointed, and then we're going to switch. And while you're here, just getting your breath going here, deep inhales, full exhales, finding your connecting breath. And then coming back to center, just relaxing through the legs, but keeping the hands back behind you and bringing them back if they're not there yet. Start to sit up as tall as you can with your chest, looking forward and up, lifting your heart up towards the ceiling and feeling an opening through the collarbones and across the chest. A nice big inhale. And then exhale to gently round the spine, drop your chin, and allow yourself to round forward. Your fingertips might drag forward on the mat, but let your head come down. And then rebuild it back up. Stack up tall, lift your chest, plant your hands back behind you, lift up with your chest, pushing your hands down to the floor, and opening up the front of the neck, and then drop the chin around the spine and curl forward. So we're kind of simulating a seated cat-cow here. Pressing hands into the floor, lifting up the chest, open the heart, and bring it back down, roll it forward. Good, and last one. Bring it back down. Rebuild up tall to finish here. And then you can always keep your hands back behind you. So if you've been sitting on the floor for a long time and you're feeling sore in the lower back, like you've been sitting like this for a little bit, then I just want you to keep your hands back and focus on lifting your chest up. Now when you're here, your wrists should still feel lightweight. They shouldn't feel like there's too much weight in them here. Now we're going to turn the legs into our Z-sit. Again, hands can always stay back. Or we're going to sit nice and tall and upright, relaxing the shoulders and making sure you sit as tall as you can through the lower back. And just take a few deep breaths here. Start to gently twist a little towards one side and then a little bit towards the other. Now when you do this, I want you to think of rotating through the upper back, the shoulder blades, the head, and the neck, and trying to keep your hips and your pelvis as still as possible. So just the upper half is encouraging that rotation. And then just the lower, and then just to the other side. Continuing to work in just through the upper half as much as possible. Taking some deep breaths. And now that we're gonna come back to center, you're keeping your legs in the same fold. Your left leg is in front of you, right leg is to the side, and I want you to bring your arms forward and come down to your elbows. So your arms are going to frame your leg, and you're going to bring yourself down all the way to your forearms. And if this isn't comfortable, just come up back to the hands here. Wherever you are, I want you to breathe through this, and then we're going to start to come into a rounding motion with the chest. On your exhale, you're going to round the spine, and then inhale, you're going to open the chest and look forward. Think of this like cat-cow as much as you can without any discomfort. Exhaling to round, inhaling to open. And last two. And last one. Coming back to center, slowly rebuild back up. From here, we're going to go into a side bend. Leave your left hand down, reach your right arm up and over, bending the left elbow, and then bringing it up. Right hand goes down, lift the left arm up and over. Doing a few of these from one side to the other. Deep breaths as you do it, and just getting that lateral flexion in the spine here. Last one. Finishing on that right side with the left arm up and over, and coming back to the top. Now we're gonna unravel the legs. Send those legs forward for me, back into that flex position, and we're gonna come into our saw. So whenever we're seated here, we're gonna find those sit bones. So if you need to, pull the meat out of the way, sit up nice and tall, flex your feet, and feel your heels push down and your sit bones push down. Twist towards your right, reaching your left hand for your right pinky toe. You're going to start to fold forward, rounding the spine, relaxing the head, and reaching as far forward as you're capable. And then bring your body back up. Come back to the center, stack tall, heels push down. And other side, right hand, reach for the left pinky toe. Start to round forward, reaching for the foot, relaxing your head and looking back towards your back hand. Full breath, and then slowly restack the spine. Come back to center, sit up tall, and do it again. Twist towards the left leg, reach. Twist towards the right leg. Reach with the left hand for that right pinky toe, folding forward, coming back up to center and twist. Now as you do this, you're always going to be reaching the arm towards the opposite leg. You're going to be relaxing your head and looking back towards the hand behind you. And you're always coming back to the top in that tall seated position between sides. Continuing to flow here on your own time. Nice deep breaths. We'll do a few more. Finding the hamstrings on the back of the leg, as well as the muscles on the back of the body. Relaxing the head and neck. Deep breaths here. Starting to make sure that you feel even. Slowly rebuild back up, and once you're up, relax your hands down and let's go into the other side. So we're gonna fold those legs. This time the right leg is in front, left leg is to the side. Taking a big breath in and just trying to settle into the hips. So spine tall, hips under you, even if they feel slightly lopsided. Start to gently twist a little to one side, thinking of only the shoulder blades creating that twist. Coming back to center and twisting towards the other side. Again, that twist is coming through the thoracic spine, the mid-back, from belly button up through the head and neck. We're creating some rotation. And from belly button down to the pubic bone, you're keeping everything nice and still. Deep breaths as you twist. And then as you come back to center, relax the shoulders, sit up tall. Start to frame that right leg. Slowly build down to your forearms, coming down and opening up through the chest once you're here. Thinking of this like a plank position almost. Your forearms are pushing down and you're reaching the heart forward for just a moment. Big inhale. And then exhale, rounding the spine, dropping the chin towards your heart, looking towards the leg. Inhale, reaching the chest forward. Thinking of this as your little cat-cow. And if it feels too intense with the forearms down, you would just build yourself up so that you're on your hands and doing that same motion. Creating gentle movement in the spine as long as it's comfortable. Really focusing on the opening of the heart throughout this series today. Widen your collarbones, reach your chest forward. One more time, and then let's all slowly build back up. And once you're upright, we settle into the hips. One more time. Right hand comes to the floor, reach your left arm up and over. Big breath in. And then bring your body back up. Left arm will come down. Right arm reaches up and over. Big breath. And then continuing to go from side to side here, thinking of that gentle movement going through the spine. And once again, aiming to keep the hips nice and still. And once you feel even from side to side, we'll come back to center. And we're going to finish with our legs back into that straightforward position. Once you get your legs set up, hands back behind you, open up your heart. Big inhale, lifting your chest. For a moment, I want you to imagine that you have a fishing hook attached into your sternum. And we're going to be lifting your chest up towards the ceiling with that fishing hook. And you're trying to let yourself be lifted by your heart. Feeling everything open on the front side of the body and lift away from the floor. And then bring it right back in and round the spine. Bring it down. So this is stage one, pressing the hands into the floor, lifting the heart, opening everything up, and depending upon how comfortable this is for the neck and the wrists, this might be where you stay. If you're wanting to take it a little bit further, the next time you do this, I want you to bend your knees and plant your feet down to the ground. We're going to be pushing your hands down into the floor, opening up with your chest, lifting up your chest so high that your butt just barely floats up off of the floor. Lift your heart, looking forward and up, and then slowly rest your hips right back down. Tuck the chin, round the spine a little bit. Full breath in. And back to a lifted heart position. Now remember, you can always stay here. Open the chest and stay. Or push through the hands, lift your hips up, open the chest, relax your hips. Let your butt just dangle down for a moment and push through the arms. And now as you continue to do this on your own time, so keep going through that motion, whether you keep your butt down and lift up, or whether you're lifting the hips and letting them dangle as you push through the hands, you're breathing and you're trying to find that point of least tension for your neck. Now, as you do this, you're going to notice at some points it feels like there's strain or tightness, extra engagement that might not need to be there. And then I just want you to align your head in a slightly different position and see if it takes away that strain. Oftentimes we lift our chin too much or we leave it too tucked, and a nice middle position feels really comfortable. Rest your hips down for a moment, roll your wrists if you need it. We've got one final variation coming your way. So as we start that last set here, you come back to where you were, whether it was just lifting the heart or whether it was lifting the heart and lifting the hips to just dangle off the floor. Or if you want more, you're going to lift the heart, lift the hips, everything lifts up as high as you can. Head and neck are in that more comfortable position. Lift, lift, lift. and then lower everything back down. And we start the same way. We open the chest, step 1. We lift your hips to hover, step 2. And then we lift up high chest, high hips, comfortable neck, lifting the chin, and then dropping it all right back down. Doing a few more here where you lift the heart first, you lift the hips second, and you lift all the way up on 3. How far can you push the floor away? And then you come back down. Always leading with the heart in this exercise. Our number one focus is how can we lift the chest and improve our posture. Lift the heart, lift, 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 lift. And lower all the way back down. Perfect. Now once you get down to the bottom, roll the wrist gently, turn the head just gently, rock it out from side to side as needed. Tuck it to the chest, lift it back up. And once you feel complete, you are done with that portion of your day. Enjoy whatever comes for the rest of your day and take care.